why do you think she wanted to write the book? And tell me about your involvement when you got involved.
I think that she just hit a point in her life where she felt like she had experienced so much and she wanted to share her experiences with other people. If you listen to the audiobook, she kind of says she just wants to help people, really, you know? She experienced a lot of grief and love and having children and addiction and loss and losing a child, and I think that she felt like the need to share that with other people so they didn't feel so alone, you know, because these are things that everyone, you know, not losing a child, but grief and losing a loved one, and addiction are things that I think affect almost everybody in their life. You know, everybody's going to experience grief at some point. A lot of people love somebody who has had an addiction. So I think she really just felt the need to share her story honestly, so that other people just could relate to it as a human, you know?
Absolutely. That was one of the things I love most about the book, was how much she talked about connecting with people, whether it was through her music or through the book, or just so many one-liners. I don't have time to go through all of them now, but just so many times she said, will this help someone? Will it make someone feel more understood? Could I save someone's life, you know, by my voice? And that was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I just wanted to say before this next question, I loved, as a mother of 4, you're a mother of 1, I love reading about the hearts of mothers in whatever book it is, and I wasn't expecting for that to come from this book.
I think that for me, like, and I don't know if it translates, but when I read the book, her strength, like, and her, you know, her desire to continue on and fight through kind of everything she went through was coming from that sort of the strength of a mother, you know?
Absolutely. Very, I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't expecting anything. There wasn't a filter I was reading through, but just her incredible maternal instinct and her incredible warmth, and I could just keep going. All the holiday memories, and I love her motherly heart was beautiful. You write that she was a deeply misunderstood and complicated person. Did that factor into your decision to finish her memoir?
Definitely. I think that to the world and even to people who knew her, she was very complex, you know. She was really tough and strong and rebellious and, you know, unapologetically herself everywhere all the time, but also deeply sensitive and really just like wanting love and to be loved, and I think hard to understand. So I just was, I guess it was like, I wanted to finish it for her, and I also wanted people to try and understand her a little bit more, or at all, you know?
Absolutely. Well, you did a beautiful job. I think also one thing in this book is how much you shine as a writer. Obviously, you're a very talented, successful actress, producer, director, but I wasn't expecting that either. You know, you just think you're gonna read someone's book, and I'm like, shit, girl, your words, like, they're beautiful.
Thanks.
Your mama had you reading some good stuff. This is
My
why
dad.
I don't allow my kids here. Oh, your dad.
My dad.
Your dad. Thanks. Thank you, Danny, for that. A gift to us. This question hints on my favorite part of the book. Hearing about those Graceland memories and reading about those was amazing, magical. I've only been one time, and now I'm like, when am I hitting the road? I gotta get back to Graceland.
Close, I just came from there.
Close.
No, it's close.
Oh, it's close.
Surprise!
Excuse me? I know someone, you're gonna have to let me in. It's close. All right. Well, I'm going. We may go as early as next week.
Up.
We'll see. Exactly. So some of the just fun, beautiful, heartbreaking, like so many memories in one place. And the stories of you guys up in your grandfather Elvis's bed with the tourists downstairs and just so many things that are magical. But I want you to tell me, what are some of your absolute favorite memories from there?
At Graceland?
At Graceland.
Well, our favorite thing as children was that we'd get banana pudding when we go to Graceland. So that was like what we'd be really looking forward to.
Who made this? The cook?
The
or grandmother?
cooks.
Okay.
While they were still alive, Elvis's cooks would cook for us when we would go eat there.
Banana pudding is not, it's not easy to find in LA.
It's nowhere to be found in LA.
Right.
And then, you know, there's the right version and there's like the bad version. So
At a family event, I had the bad version, the
like the fancy
store-bought
version? Oh,
and I'm
store-bought,
like,
okay.
no, this is not okay. But
So that was like, as children, our favorite thing was to have, you know, banana pudding and to ride in the golf carts. Those were like why we wanted to go to Graceland.
yes, exactly.
And also, I think that my mom was a lot of fun there. Like she loved to, like, you know, when it would, the tours would end, we'd get on the golf carts and she would just ride off the like road onto the grass and into the horse thing and like just all over the place. No horses were around. It wasn't she didn't scare any horses or anything. But so it just represented like a place of kind of freedom, and it was just always fun. There was always a lot of people there. Our family were all there. Her cousins and
I loved reading about all the cousins and all the family. I guess I always think about, you know, Elvis, Priscilla, Lisa, and you, and I was like, oh wow, this is like a big old-fashioned family. Yeah,
it is, and they're still there, and that was really special to her.
Yes.
So.
Well, I think one of the hardest parts for me to read in the book was as a mother of a you know 10, 8, 7, and 2-year-old, especially now with my 10-year-old, kids get to the age where they say, are you and Daddy gonna die? Are you and Daddy gonna die? They just kind of get there quickly. Mine asked that more because my sister died in a car accident 2 years ago. She was 27. Obviously, you've experienced a lot of that, so it's a little bit more on their minds. Reading about when Elvis died and what your mom went through was just, I'm not in the family, and I was just, you know, could barely breathe with thinking of her heartbreak. So obviously it was very monumental, and I just wanted to hear about how it echoed through her life. There's many ways, but I guess the biggest way it echoed through her life with that loss.
Of Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the loss of her father, like, really dictated her whole life, and I think that she was a child who lost a parent, which is always hard, and then I think her relationship to grief was unique because the whole world was grieving him, which I think brought a sense of comfort to her as well. To know that other people are, I think that's something that's kind of can be a blessing about being in the public eye, is that you don't have to carry everything alone.
Absolutely.
Because other people know what you're experiencing, you know? I've had friends who show up at work and nobody knows that their sibling has died or their parents died, and when I walk into a room, everybody knows everything. And it can be, you know, a little bit uncomfortable, but it's also, you feel this sense of empathy and compassion that's, I think my mom loved, especially when she would go to Graceland and be around the fans.
Yeah.
But I also think that as a little girl, she was asked about it so much, and in school, and you know, so I think she felt very protective of her relationship with her father. So I don't think she necessarily like processed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and for anyone, I don't know who can process, you know, such monumental loss with that age and fame. When Hank Williams Sr. died, my dad was 3, so there wasn't much to process for him, not till he was older, and everyone wanted to sing his songs, and we don't want to hear yours, and then he started learning. But wow, 9 is such a vulnerable age, and I wanted to hear, I loved reading in the book all about when she kind of started writing. She wrote a beautiful piece in the book, and a song and singing, and I just wanted to hear, how did that reflect her own artistic identity versus the shadow of her father's fame? I know that was really, it was horrible for my dad, so I can't imagine for her.
Yeah. Well, she says it in the book, and she basically like had a feeling she could sing. And she would sing like alone, but she had never really tried, gone into a studio. Like it's a whole different thing to like, you know, record a song and